さらに熱くなるんですが。Nadi, but also it is very important because.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming this afternoon. I'd like to welcome the Honourable Minister for Environment and Waterways, in particular, and also His Excellency, the Japanese Ambassador to Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, as announced in the budget, the 2018-2019 budget, the Fijian government had allocated funds to carry out further feasibility studies in respect of the Nadi River rehabilitation program. As you know, that the Japanese government has been very generous in respect of the technical assistance and the various other financial assistance provided to the Fijian government over a period of time, in fact dating back way back to the 1990s, when they identified the Nadi River as a major problematic area in respect of the waterways and the flooding that takes place around the Nadi town surrounding area. In most recent times, the Japanese government provided technical assistance in 2014 to conduct a feasibility study for the Nadi River Basin area. And the study was completed in July of 2016, about 24 months ago. The study proposed several flood control measures that will help mitigate the effects of future floods in the Nadi River Basin area, critical area, as you know, to our tourism and of course to our economy as a whole. In summary, the study identified 6 major components that needed to be implemented in order to reduce the future flooding risks. 6 major components, as highlighted in the budget, are as follows. 1 is the river widening, the total length of about 13 kilometers, a retarding basin for 2 sites, a surrounding dike, a ring dike, tributaries shortcut, and rebuilding of 4 bridges, which is reconstruction of 3 existing bridges and 1 new bridge. The Fijian government has been working closely with the government of Japan, the Japanese International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, and the Asian Development Bank to implement the project. The project will be implemented in 3 phases, and they divided up into 3 major components. Project A, which is the Nadi town surrounding dikes and inland drainage. Project B, which is the widening of the river, construction of 2 bridges, ring dikes, 2 retention ponds, and Project C, watershed management upstream. The implementation plan has been done in consultation with JICA, the Embassy of Japan, and ADB, taking into account the consideration by the government of Japan after the request by Honourable Prime Minister at the Japan-Fiji Summit meeting in May 2018, during the Palm 8 meeting. The government of Japan is now preparing Project A as a Japanese grant aid project by separating the project which is highest in priority and effective in reducing damage by flood-prone areas among the 7 projects prioritized the JICA master plan. The Project A, which is the government of Japan, is planning to implement the surrounding dike of Nadi town, one of the priority projects, combined with inland water drainage. This is expected to be implemented with the surrounding dike, as it is the highest priority to protect Nadi town, where population and of course economic and financial assets are concentrated from any future flood damage. With regard to the implementation of the remaining priority areas, which is Project B and C, the Japanese government has agreed to pursue coordination with other donors and financiers, including the European Investment Bank, EIB, and the Asian Development Bank, and of course partnering with the contribution from the Fijian government. For this, preliminary informal consultations have already started between the Ministry of Economy, Ministry of Waterways and Environment, ADB, and the Embassy of Japan and JICA. We have some timelines, of course, Your Excellency, that we are very keen as far as the implementation of the project is concerned. The agreement that we are signing today is to consolidate and, in fact, back up the initial study that was carried out, the technical work that has been carried out, and the work, of course, will be carried out by Yachio Engineering Company as part of the additional survey. What this will include will be the collection and analysis of existing data and documents, site survey to identify the current situation of inland water inundation, clarification of inland water characteristics, examination of inland water management measures, selection of target inundation phenomena and probability assessment, formulation of inland water inundation simulation model, formulation of inland water management plan, basic design and cost estimate of structural measures, environmental and social assessments, economic evaluation, and formulation of implementation plan. The Fijian government, of course, is very keen for this to be done expeditiously, and we are very keen as a government for this actual physical works to start in 2020. We, of course, are very grateful for the Japanese government and their commitment. And of course, as you know, the Japanese government and indeed the projects that they've carried out is highly recognized for their high level of resilience in all the infrastructure that they've built and the quality and standards that they adhere to. And we're very grateful that Japan has come forward to be a partner for the Fijian government, in particular in respect of a township, or now a city, soon to be declared city, that is very much at the gateway to Fiji and North Fiji. So I'd like to thank you once again, Your Excellency, for your contribution. We look forward to us working together with ADB. Of course, we have the head of ADB in Fiji here with us, who also happens to be Japanese too. So it's going to be one family affair. And also the European Investment Bank has also shown keen interest in working with us. So I'd like to thank you once again, Your Excellency, for this, and we look forward to working together very well. And I know that the Fijian people are very, very keen to get this project up and running, because for a number of decades now, it's been really a plague and a blight on our tourism sector, gateway to Fiji, to Nadi airport. And of course, as you know, that Nadi, in fact, is the fastest growing metropolitan area in Fiji. And this will bring a lot of comfort and relief to not just those people living in the Nadi and Lautoka area, but also overall for all Fijians. And it will contribute immensely to our economic resilience. And we're very grateful for your contribution.